Hello, Amber Vilhauer here, your online business growth mentor. And during today's 4-minute fast track video, I want to give you some of my best copywriting tips because I know that my clients have a lot of questions when it comes to copywriting, and more so a lot of fears and insecurities. They don't trust their voice, or that they're delivering their content the right way, or that they're connecting with people the right way. And ultimately, I just want to tell you to relax a little bit when it comes to your copywriting. The best thing that you can do is fully be yourself. If that means adding in humor, if that means being super professional, concise or lengthy, full of wisdom or straight to the point, whatever your writing style is, that's what you need to follow, because that's what's ultimately going to connect with people the most and get people to follow you long term and convert those prospects into customers. So the first tip I want to give you about copywriting is that there's no such thing as perfect. There's no perfect formula, there's no perfect tone, no perfect way of writing. You just have to be authentic and true to yourself, and people will flock to you. I can guarantee it. The more I settled into who I was as a person, the better my business started to grow and thrive, and word of mouth continued to thrive as well. So there is no perfection. Get over it, relax into your copywriting, and just be yourself. The second tip I want to give you about copywriting is to be conversational. Build rapport with people. Showcase your personality. I'll never forget the first time I put the phrase "holy cow" into a blog post, or I think it was a blog post, and then I started using it on email and then on social media. And people thought it was a total riot. They absolutely loved it. But you know what? Amber's the type of person that's going to say "holy cow" from time to time. And people really felt like the more I was using my own personality, the more conversational I was, the more it connected with them. And copywriting is all about creating a connection with people. The third tip I want to give you about copywriting is to be concise. Right now, people have a very short attention span. In fact, these 4-minute videos just fly by, and I bet that at some point you're thinking, when is she going to end? We don't have the attention span that we used to have, and people don't even read very much anymore. In fact, we just skim content. So be as concise as you can, as frequently as you can. I know it's tough, but it's something that you want to train yourself into. It's no different than an exercise at the gym. So to have that exercise and trying to be concise with your content. My next tip for you is making your content about them, not about you. You're not in your business all for your personal gain. Yes, we like making money. Yes, maybe you like being in the spotlight, or whatever your reason is for being in business. But if I know you, I think you're in business to help others and to make the world a better place, just because those are the people that tend to follow what I talk about and what I do. So make sure that when you're copywriting, you don't deviate from that. It's not about me, and what I do and how I can help. It should be focused on you. What are you feeling and experiencing? And then I have, this education and experience in that to help you, and here are all the benefits to us working together. So just make sure that your content is really geared toward your audience and not yourself. The next thing I want to share with you about copywriting is to make sure that every time you write content, you're always trying to solve somebody's problem. Whether you're doing a video, a blog post, a social media post, whether you're email marketing, creating a product, always be focused on how is this solving a problem that my audience faces. The next tip is to be thorough in your copywriting. So I like to try to think through and just sort of intuit and imagine what my audience might be thinking, what questions they're going to have. And it's no different with this video. I started thinking now, what are some of the roadblocks that people are going to face? What are their questions going to be about? When they sit down to write content, what are their sticking points? I know that perfection is a sticking point, which is why that was the first thing that I spoke about. So really try to intuit what your readers and prospects are thinking and needing from you, and be as thorough as you can while being concise. I know it's a trick here. So that you are really making sure that you're giving that consistent value, that you're connecting with people, and that you're really helping them at the end of the day. My last tip for you is just a formatting one. Make sure that you have short paragraphs. I'm talking 2-3 sentences max. The days of 6-7 sentences in a paragraph, those are long gone out the window. Make sure that you're bolding keyword phrases that stick out in the paragraph text so that people who scan are still getting good value just by reading the bold keyword phrases. And separate your content by headlines that set up the text just beneath. So if you're writing a blog post on the 7, tips for copywriting, then copywriting tip number 1 would be a headline, and then you would explain the tip just below that. Also good for scanners. And then finally, people love bulleted lists. So if you can write the 7 ways to do whatever, people love lists because it's easy to digest and get the point out of what you're saying. If you loved these copywriting tips, there's so much more where that came from. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notifications when future videos are available. Be sure to check out insightfuldevelopment.com. That website is packed full of resources to help you grow and monetize your business online. And until the next video, just remember, no guts, no glory. Thanks a lot.